Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am Mr. A.D. Walker, the Pusher D Grower, the Motivator. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us and being a part of all that we do. Apologize for being a little late. Getting better with my time. I just was I was looking at a hearing today about what's called UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. And if you don't know what that means, basically it's another word for UFO. The government is actually having hearings to discuss UAPs. First time, probably a real hearing about what they've been seeing and pretty much how the hearings start, because I think they're forming another department pretty much that's going to be the spearhead to investigate UAPs, because they said, times past when people have seen things and tried to report it, they were clowned, they weren't listened to, but now they're realizing some of these UAPs could be real threats from China, Russia. It could be a real threat if you're not paying attention, that they're getting these unidentified aerial phenomenons through our security and can actually potentially cause harm to our country. So we're going to discuss that. Very little. It's really just started. It was in the news yesterday. It's a big thing. But yeah, actually, I'm watching the greatest channel in the world, C-SPAN. But honestly, C-SPAN is probably one of the most important channels to be watching, but it moves really, really slow because it's government and everything just is not exciting. It's not entertaining. So you got to kind of just listen to very long lectures. It gets exciting. Some hearings get exciting depending on what they're talking about. But for the most part, there are a lot of lectures and politicians politicking. But it's interesting. This conversation is interesting. And speaking of which, we're going to talk about the voting. It's election season. Make sure, hopefully, all of my people that are watching now and on replay are registered to vote. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Elections and the season, and as well as what should we do. And this year, I have some ideas. And we're going to discuss does voting matter? We kind of know the answer to that, but we're going to dig into that a little bit. We're going to dig into that. And how can we stay on top of what's happening? Got some ideas. What up, Kathy? Who, what, and when? Wednesday. Blessed Lisa. Thank you for sharing. All right, my brother from another mother, Kaneem is hanging in the wings. I got some other folks coming through. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off. I appreciate you guys for rocking. Make sure you are sharing. Let everybody know that the Brothers of Legacy are in the building. The Brothers of Legacy are in the building. We're going to do some great things, have some great conversation. We are about changing our community one conversation at a time, as well as the brothers that we don't just stand out, we stand up. All right, we'll be right back. So hang tight, hold it down. Make sure you are sharing. Tag somebody. Come on now. Y'all all want to talk about candidates and politics and voting, and everybody want to talk in their part. Let's come together, have one big conversation. All right, we'll be right back right after this.
I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy.
Change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come.
A co-op has to start with ownership. Right. We have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. make a bunch of money, or I gotta figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Right? Because this is this is covenant.
The whole premise is that we as a people, with our money and time, aren't often making this general possible, often vested in the legacy.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Hey. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome, everybody.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate
It's been a
you.
very busy morning for myself, so
Okay.
I then ran out and dropped kids and dropped cars and Ubered and came to the house.
All right. It's good. Making some moves. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the challenge right there. All right, so let's go through the good morning. What's up? Good morning, Miss Yvonne. Greetings, Miss Deborah. Good morning, Miss Keita.
Good morning, all.
Yes, indeed. Good
You're
morning.
like all
Happy
ladies this
winning.
morning, so good morning, all ladies.
Yes, appreciate you guys for being here. Oh, good morning, Cheryl, in the building. Make sure you guys are sharing. Sharing is caring. And tag somebody, get somebody in this conversation. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about, does voting matter?
Yes.
That's it. All right, guys. We'll see you guys. Be safe. No, we love you guys. Love you. But I want to, so for the past couple of days, and, I you ever think about something, you're like, you know what, I'm going to start doing such and such, and it is not financially driven, but you just I want to look into and see if it's possible to try to do. And so I've been looking at politics, right? And how I'm actually seeing how many politicians there are in the US, right? And what if, right? My big, hairy, audacious idea. So if you watch ESPN, right? If I can guess, because I watch ESPN from time to time. I'm not totally sports illiterate. I'm just not all on top of stuff. Hey, good morning, Boo Thing. Good morning.
Good morning.
Showing matters indeed. Oh, she said, hey, Kadeem.
Hey.
So just as a quick Google search, I don't want anybody to try to be like, the numbers aren't exact, but a quick Google search. I went through NFL, WNBA, NBA, the baseball leagues, Major League Baseball, and National Hockey League, NHL. And there are 136 teams. Out of those particular sports, players, there are 3,987. If you turn on ESPN, one channel, you'll get a spotlight on all of those sports in some part, shape, form, or fashion within at least probably 2 to 3 hours, highlighting certain players, that either done certain things or statistically, even if it's a quiet day, if none of these players have done anything wrong, I mean, there's always something pending. They always go back. Hey, don't forget such and such is about to go to court for busting somebody in the head last year. So they'll bring that stuff up, but they'll go through statistics, their batting averages, their how many shots they made, their field goal percentage, all of that stuff. And there's people on the sidelines, that are dedicated. I can't imagine how many. I mean, I guess they may not need that many. I don't know. I guess it's real time, or they may do it after the games, because some things count, some things don't count. They're gonna catch it. Oh no, they didn't get that. That didn't count. So I guess counting it probably during the game doesn't work. So I'm sure they do statistics after the game. There's probably a dedicated team for that. NFL makes billions, so they got the money to employ that many people. So I say all that to say this. In the U.S., right, politically, Of course, we got 50 states. We have 3,006 counties in the U.S. 3,006 counties. 19,502 towns in the United States. And this is all 50. Well, based on Google, I think it's counting every place that the United States owns. So it's all 50, 51, 52 if there is. And 317 of the cities have over 100,000 people, just as population, just to let you know. The big ones, the bigger spaces. So, and then I did a politician search. There are 519,682 elected officials throughout the country. So basically, let's just say 520,000 elected officials throughout the country, right? So follow me. I know it's not the most exciting news right now, but what if there was, now there's this thing called Ballotpedia. I think I shouted them out last year or 2 years ago. They are a good place to find out about politicians. But what if, we begin to follow politicians like we do players? No, it's not the most exciting though, because, a politician's greatest month will be like in the federal government voting on bills. Like I voted on 3 bills. It's not an exciting move. But if we begin to follow or have a space, C-SPAN is good for showing everything federal. But we have a lot of stuff that happens locally that we don't know about. And it's funny, the local government makes up 96.2% of total government. Local government makes up 96.2%. Now, each one of us, we can't spread out that much. So we have to deal within our own towns or municipalities and know what's happening. Let me ask you, Kadeem, and I'm gonna put myself out there first because it's challenging to follow your own local politics unless something is in your face. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're making some big move on the school board, they're making some big move in your town, putting something up that you just like, what? Why is there a Confederate store, in my town? Like unless it's something big, following local politics to me, seems challenging. And if anybody, I guess Cheryl is saying the same thing. It is challenging. Anyone else follows local politics to know like all the players. If Dr. Rollins, she's in the building, she keeps up with it, and I just wonder how local she gets as well. So Kadeem, do you follow local politics or do you get into what's happening? I know you go to the SBA, so that's wonderful. So you know what's happening business wise. But do you get into the political space as well?
Not too in depth. I do. Certain government departments have like they have different links that you can subscribe to when they're having meetings or different events that are happening in the city or the county. Okay. So I subscribe to a couple of those in Douglas County. But those are, well, some of them are, but most of them are not elected officials. So when you say politics, these are a lot of people who have just been hired.
Okay, appointed by an elected
county
official
or by the city. You know what I'm saying? So they don't hold elected offices. Most of what I watch.
Okay.
But I try to stay. I try to stay in my own little area as far as what's going on. Like for early voting is going to end May 20th, which is Friday. So for those who want to vote early, go ahead and get out there, because yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I go out there and get my little vote in from my local
Right.
area. But I think it's more important. But as far as what you was talking about, keeping tabs on local officials, like if they were entertainers, because sports is just entertainment.
Right.
But,
Right.
So it would be nice to do.
Yeah.
But would the media do it because they don't really do anything that is entertaining for the public to see?
Right.
When you go into these meetings, even though they do affect your immediate surroundings,
Right.
you would think you would want to know.
Right. Right.
But a lot of people not really interested until they was like, why they putting this?
Right. And the thing is, they were like, they had a vote. We had a vote on that last month.
Yeah. I didn't want the gas station right across the street from the elementary. Who made that?
Right.
Who signed off on that zone?
Right.
Why is
What's
that?
up, Pastor?
What's going on,
Michael?
sir?
Good morning.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, sir. Happy Wednesday to you.
Happy
So
Wednesday.
yeah, I mean, it would do everybody. But I put that on the media too, though. Even though it's not entertaining, I don't. Me seeing who got killed yesterday or last night is not entertaining, but they still put it in your face.
Right.
So if you was to do that with elected officials, city councilmen, waterworks, if you was to do that, well, they do it for the PSC, but that's kind of state government. That's not really. I mean, it's your state, but it ain't your local area.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it would be something I think a lot of folks would pay attention to.
Right.
So if you was to have, when they have those meetings once a week or once a month, if they was to put that interrupting this program, we have 2 hours to let you know about what's happening in your local city or your local county. But they ain't gonna do
it. I mean, listen, they got shout out to C-SPAN again. It's not the most entertaining channel at all. The whole tone of the show is like they're watching golf. Okay, right now they're about to go vote right now, and we're gonna take a quick break right after this. It's not like an exciting. And honestly, it gets it. The peak of the excitement is after the oral arguments and after the talk, and we're voting on Roe versus Wade, or abortion or not. We're watching the numbers, because you see them, they live. They're like, oh, no, we're in the lead. Nope, we're going behind. Nope. It looks like it's going to pass. Nope. It didn't pass. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need a commentator like that. It looked like it's gonna. It didn't pass, guys. It didn't pass.
Yeah, they need to do it.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do, guys?
You need a color commentator. You need somebody to do the play-by-play. Play-by-play. Yeah, and then you do the color.
Mitch McConnell has gotten up. He's going to put his vote in. Oh, he said nay. Right?
Yeah, this is going to affect every urban community in the country. Oh my God.
Right. What are we gonna do now, guys? We got to do something about this. Right? Exactly. Sounds like a sport event, right? All right, let me get Mr. Reparations in the building. Speaking of which,
what's going on, sir?
Mr. Reparations, when we gonna get that reparations on the ballot, sir? When we gonna get the reparations?
I'm voting for the people that's gonna give us the money right now. I got a few senators lined up. We almost got this money, man.
We almost got this money.
Y'all hold tight. It's only been 140 years so far. We can wait a little bit longer.
It's a little longer. It's almost there. Just be patient.
Almost there.
Keep hope alive.
So I don't know if you guys have been hearing the conversation. I was going through the amount of sports teams and the amount of sports players, and then the amount of politicians in America based on Google. And for the amount of elected politicians, there are 520,000. And would there be a way to kind of keep track of everybody, at least a space where you could look up your local politician, like I talked about yesterday? And it's funny, right before the show was starting, I'll go to Ballotpedia, and it shows you, of course, elected officials and those that are in the work. the challenging part sometimes with elections and politics are those that have never been in politics or they don't have any kind of electoral track record. You know, like they never voted, you know, other than voting, because voting is secret, so we don't know who they ever voted for, you know, and so we don't know who they are. So we only know like right now we know Warnoff, but we don't know the folks running against them if they've never been in office. Yeah. You know, so we can only go by what they say. Like when I was talking to Pastor yesterday here, you know, their demeanor, their name, you know, like you can only judge by as much information as you can pull. You know, you look at them like, nah, I ain't voting for them. They look like they crooked. Yeah. You know? And you have no idea who they are, but you just like, nah, he remind me of such and such.
That's it.
He sound just like Joe. I ain't voting for him.
Oh man, do anybody know Vernon Jones?
I've heard the name.
I heard the name, but not like I follow his.
Well, he was gonna run for governor of Georgia, but he pulled out early. But this dude, he been in politics in the Atlanta area for probably about 30. I say probably about 20, at least 20 years. Let me say that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say 30, but at least 20 years.
Okay.
But out of all the stuff from his history, it's almost like he was like, I can't put him as Marion Barry.
Ooh.
Marion Barry did.
Wow.
Marion,
that's
no, but Marion Barry came back though. You know, he got on video and then got reelected. So, but Vernon ain't never get reelected, but he's still in the public eye, trying to get a public office. Right. And I don't see how. I don't see why he is still reaching the people. Because
was his issue like drugs or something, or was it?
No, well, he got caught with two hookers, two strippers.
Okay.
He got caught with. He got caught with two escorts.
Okay.
That's it, just two. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we worked our way around to something decent.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough for state office. It's not like he's going for president. He
can
bounce back with two hookers.
Yeah, but he was paying with him with the DeKalb County.
Now that's my problem right there. That's my
my
problem. Now how you pay for hookers is your business.
Messing up the church's money.
Don't mess up the church.
So
that's the problem I got.
And you know, so that's using government funds not properly. That you can call it. I mean, and the way you use them, it was a personal gain in so many ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like all jokes aside, seriously, like that's the real issue. Now you can feel how you want to feel about hookers, but I'm saying
it's
when it's the money, it's the way you use the powers of your office, right? You know what I'm saying? If you using your powers now, if you want to skip a line and they know you the mayor of the city, I'm good with clout. But when you abuse your power, you take something that we've given you to advance only yourself. You know, it's not like I don't expect them not to get paid. Or I think Joe Biden released some statements. He got like $30,000 for a book deal. Being president helps marketing. I'm not mad at like some, I don't know what you call like some fall down benefits that you know just for being in the spot. But when you take the power we give you and you abuse it, that's one thing. Now I know people wouldn't want to separate the hookers and the office, and yes, there's a responsibility that comes with the title. But I'm saying if you ask me where the problem is, it's just that you took my money, you took the given power that the people gave you for that. You know what I mean? It's
because I think with Marion Barry, you know, like I said, that was like a personal struggle, and I think when he got caught, that was like a what they call that,
a sting operation.
You know,
definitely was a sting.
Yeah. And they dang, I can't remember the name, but yeah, because they set him up, but they kind of cornered him. They kind of like not forced him, but like put him in the. Not in that. But anyway, but yeah, so like drug abuse and drug struggles, I think American people can kind of, I get it, I understand,
and he owned it,
and he owned it. When it's a struggle or you get caught doing something, that's one thing. But when I think stealing is like people can struggle to forgive stealing. Like, you took our money, dude.
Yeah, and you know, like I think I think and I don't have it before me, but I had it at one point. Richard Nixon's like first couple power moves that made him do his thing, like before the Watergate, bro was on a good track to make some impact, right?
Yeah.
But when you start paying, what's the recording said he gave like $1 million to, you know, for the hush money, you start trying to steal the election. Like when you start abusing power in that way, you know what I'm saying? When our previous president did the same thing, you abusing power to find 10,000 votes. When it's like, when how you get down, it like comes into the office, it gets real muddled. You know what I'm saying? But like, and once again, I ain't for Trump and all the crazy stuff he said. I'm not saying that you just get a pass with it. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying where the problem, all those things would make me not want to vote for him. What else, Sam? All those things would make me not want to vote for him. But I mean, where the issue comes in is with a lot of stuff that he did in office. You know what I'm saying? Under the power that we gave him.
Yeah.
If y'all, they got a little series about some of, well, it's really about Nixon, but it's on Stars called Gaslit. Y'all might want to check that out. It's kind of entertaining. I'm just not getting into it. I think I'm in episode 2 or 3 of it, so I ain't. But it's definitely about Nixon and the beginnings of the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so like I said, having a scorecard, you know, to kind of track politicians, I guess, and unfortunately, it'll only be the ones that are already in the game.
Which is going to make it increasingly harder because Trump has lit a fire. Right. Who we got? Herschel Walker, Brett Jones. Don't do that. We got people who
don't do that.
Never been in office before and running on popularity. You know what I'm saying? So like that list you talking about is going to become increasingly harder because you don't have, because apparently what they're saying is the people don't want the traditional politician. You know, we cleaning the swamp. So you know. So we got to have a whole bunch of outsiders, to get rid of these insiders.
People have been pushing that for a minute, like they don't want the traditional, no tradition. You know, since Yes We Can, you know, it was like, I need somebody different. We need somebody in office that's different. But you realize, you can kind of get different, but it ain't different. You know, they get in, you know, just like any position, you get in, you think, oh yeah, I'm about to make some changes. Then someone say, hey, you can't do that. Like, you don't want to do that, you know. Pastor, what you feeling? You go quiet this morning,
Bill
sir.
Clinton.
I'm just listening, man. Listen, first of all, I need a break. I was late because y'all know my mother's here, so I ate breakfast.
Right.
So
wait a minit.
This is the breakfast hangover.
Right. That itis. I
got that itis. Grits and bacon and eggs and man.
Oh man, in the middle of the week.
No. Don't slow.
Hey, look, my wife was sitting right next to me. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna eat. I'm eating.
Don't blind. Hey, get it while it's good.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Sam said Bill Clinton got away. But see, that's what I'm saying. Bill was different though. Like, I don't know. Okay, Bill and Nixon. You know, Nixon was like Bill didn't sleep with Monica to try to win the election. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it's different. Bill was doing some personal stuff, and they would try to get him cased up.
Right.
I think Bill was persecuted because he lied about it. If Bill would have said, "Yeah, I slept with her," it was all good. I slept. My wife, she didn't know, but now she knows. But Bill was but he lied in a deposition, which was a crime. You know.
Yeah. It's so funny. If that happened now, he wouldn't have to lie.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
Trump ain't gonna. Well, Trump will lie about anything,
but he won't have to lie about that because we already know how Trump get down.
Right.
Yeah,
that particular thing he won't have to lie about. But
when he was on that bus and he started talking about the women and
man,
that was it. So
that's white privilege. I'm telling you, I've done some things, but I've never just felt myself enough to just walk up. But he's rich, I guess.
Hey, and nobody came forward and said it was wrong.
Right.
As far as the women that he did it to, you feel me?
Right.
So let me ask this. Okay, so I asked Kaneem his involvement. He kind of talked about his local politic involvement. I'll throw it to you, Ephraim. Give Pastor a little second to kind of let the food digest. What is your take on your local politics? Like, how much are you involved? Like I said, I made it for me. Like, sometimes it's a challenge to follow, to be really involved in it. But are you involved in any way with your local politics, or do you follow, even watching the local hearings and the town hearings, all that exciting stuff?
I don't watch it as closely as I watch the all the national debates and run. Like, I mean, and I know that sounds crazy. Even when I'm saying it now, I'm thinking about McCormick and Dr. Oz over there in Pennsylvania. Why am I watching that more closely than some of the races here in Georgia? Even when I'm saying it sounds crazy, right?
Right.
Because theirs is televised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's televised, it's entertaining,
Yes.
the names or whatever. But locally, like I'm even more concerned. I know some of the state representatives and people that's in the county, or I should say the city and county of the church I attend, more than I watch it in the city I live in. And there have been honest days where I've gone in to do my due diligence and my responsibility as a responsible citizen to vote.
Okay.
And if your last name was Jackson, Williams, and you was a Democrat, I went ahead and checked you off. You know what I'm saying? Without doing any kind of looking, without doing any kind of research. There's been times where I've been a little bit more responsible and had to choose or whatnot. But it's the local stuff. Like, and the reason I watch the stuff at the church is because we're trying to do certain things at the church, right? And certain ministries, and those people had the connections. Shout out to Valencia Stovall. She got connections and she works with people. So it's based off different interests, right? So like I said, when I'm watching CNN and I'm watching Oz and all them people, it's entertainment. Sometimes I like to see them talk the crazy stuff they talk. Right. But locally, when I'm around the church, I want to get something done. And Clayton County has a lot of needs, which is the city we in, and it's a food desert. They don't have a lot of after school programs, so there's a lot of opportunity there. But you got to get hooked up with somebody in the politics. So, with that said, I don't care who they are when it's locally, because we just need the resources.
Right.
But
so you know about it a little bit, but you're not like entrenched in it.
I'm not, and that's the perfect word. I'm not interested in it, man. I'm going to vote. I'm going to do my job.
Right.
But locally, even though I feel it quicker, I just vote my interest for the most part, right? So 8 out of 10 times, I'm going to vote the party that I support, and I'm going to run with it like that, And then they don't have the money to be on TV. They don't have the money. The most money that your local politician have is to put up a sign and to pay people to hold it out on the sign. They ain't got no big money. Don't got no big social media presence. They're not going to be on TV. You'd be lucky if you get a debate. You know what I'm saying? So, and even with that, I'll watch the stuff in Atlanta, Fulton County. That stuff's more televised.
Hey,
who is that over there? Hey, I heard you over there cooking something.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh,
they ate breakfast and everything.
Are you cooking dinner?
I'm so glad to see you guys.
Oh yeah, glad to see you.
Yeah, it's so nice to see you.
You got to come grab a mic.
I'm gonna see Kaneem Sunday, right? Kaneem.
I wish.
On the other side of town.
Oh, he's on the other side.
He far.
And what about E? Am I gonna see E?
You gotta go to his church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Get you in trouble.
They can come to the party. They ain't coming to the party.
Come to the party.
Yeah.
Right? Saturday.
We'll see you guys Saturday. E coming?
E, you coming Saturday?
Now that the plate cooking, I might have to make that happen.
3 o'clock Saturday.
Okay. I saw at the house.
Oh, Lisa's saying that. At my house, yeah.
Okay.
Hello to all my BOL friends. You know I love you, AD. You know I
appreciate you.
You gonna have to send me that new address, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
I'm sitting online though.
We're not gonna mention that. We're not gonna mention Really? He said, sound like the brothers need to be in service Sunday.
Shout out to Solomon Temple.
Let's see. So
So
local
it's the
politics.
it's the insurance piece, man. Like it's a little harder to follow because they just don't have the money to keep up. You know what I mean?
Right.
It takes money to market. It takes what did Bloomberg send? I'll Google it.
Oh
But
man.
wasn't he like a couple $100 million
Right.
just to lose and drop out? You feel
Right.
me? So my daughter, she don't know nothing about it, but she said she was gonna vote for Bloomberg because it came up on YouTube when
Right.
she watching Big City Greens, when she watching all her stuff. It comes up on the TV because
Right.
he just had the money to throw it all in
He
your
did.
face. We got tired here in Georgia of Warnock, Radical Warnock,
Right.
and
Oh, gosh.
Kelly Leffler. You feel me? That Ossoff
Right.
runoff,
Oh,
Purdue.
man.
That
That had
stuff
to be
was
like millions.
endless, man.
Yes, it
People
did.
were throwing millions and millions of dollars from across the country.
Right.
Nancy Pelosi, all these folk were throwing money. The whole party was behind this race, and it showed up big. So your local doesn't have that kind of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the ones who you do know. If you know your alderman,
Right.
that he or she is on their job because that means they in your face. They at your church. They at your retirement centers. They are there
Right.
because they don't have big budgets, man.
Yeah.
They go down to Reynolds Printer and get them 4x4s and they throw it out, and that's about the best they could do.
Ride around. Ride around.
You know what I'm saying? They can't even put their slogan on there. They got enough for re-elect or elect, and then they name. That's it. A white border, and it's gonna be a red or blue sign, bro.
But
Like,
that's why fundraising is such a critical aspect
yeah,
of campaigning, because the
Yeah.
more money you raise, the more powerful you'll be.
yeah,
That's why they post those numbers. He raised 3 million. She raised 5 million. Oh, well,
Right.
she's gonna win. Whoever raises, because you got to. That fundraising tells people you know how to move money.
yeah. And people believe in you if they supporting you, right?
Same thing in the church. If you can't raise no money in the church, you won't be a leader.
It's the sad truth.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
He said what he said.
He said what he said. He said what he said.
You ain't raising no money. Ain't nobody putting you in leadership positions because they want people that know how to raise money.
Yeah, like
Period.
why your people don't trust you enough to give you this
Right.
money. Yeah, get out of here.
Now, how you feel about that with regards to your relationship with God, you figure all that out.
Yeah.
But from the church, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you got to move two things. You got to move people and you got to move money.
Yeah.
And if
And
you
move
can't do
well.
either of those two things, you will not be a leader in today's church.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Chew on
I
that.
said it.
He said what he said. He said what he said.
That ain't the breakfast talking neither. He'll say that again tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Oh, all right. So, Pastor, what is how do you follow local politics, or what are some of the things that you do or not do that you're working on that to kind of stay abreast of what's happening locally?
I listen to community chatter.
Okay.
I'm plugged in to about 9 different community bulletin boards
Okay.
in my zip code, within my zip code range. So I try to hear what those people are posting, try to see what they're posting. You know, if you want to know what developments are happening, log into your community bulletin boards.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
Because people are always talking, people are always complaining. Well, I didn't want that Burger King over there. You need to talk to such and such. There's going to be a meeting
Right.
at Johnson's Baptist Church, 7 o'clock Tuesday night. If you want to rebut against that, show up at the meeting.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good.
Mr. Charlie did all that complaining about the road sign on the corner of Anderson and Brookmont, and he didn't even show up to the meeting.
Right.
They will also tell when you're not there.
Right. Right.
If you want to know who's running for school board and how people feel about that, your community bulletin boards will tell the story.
Right.
What you cannot find on Google, you will find on your community bulletin board. Your Nextdoor app. There's an app called Nextdoor. And I don't know how broad that app is distributed, but typically any HOA, anybody that's living in a community has an app like that. And the surrounding communities have an app like that Nextdoor, and you can log into those communities and get information.
You know that.
Oh, yeah, man, man, they tell you everything about the dog. Yep, about the dog, about somebody leaving calls out and
right.
Whatever you think of,
If your son is out here ringing people's doorbells and running,
They post a picture.
Trust
It's
me,
out
you don't have
there.
a picture.
Well, let
They
them
gonna
have
have
no
a
ring
picture.
doorbell.
Who boy
They
is
need to
this?
put that
Who
picture out
boy is this?
Yep.
And, you know, it got me thinking too when Pastor talking about that about like the power still even the word of mouth too. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on is in the mouth of the people, and that's still the way to reach it to people. There's a certain, I don't want to mention his name, but in Clayton County we have a very popular sheriff who I believe they could make a movie about with all the stuff he's done.
Oh, it's coming.
The squeaky wheel does get the grease because that particular sheriff brands himself. He you know, he's flashy. You know, he has notorious stories. Like any kind of thing to have a buzz. You know, meets the celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I sometimes ride home through the area when I go past the church. At least, well, he's chilling out now because he has some federal issues going on. But he used to have a car at every light for about like down by that KFC by y'all, and you know down the street with the officers. They would just sit right there with the lights on, and then he was staying out there. This sheriff, and he was staying out there like a show of force, a show of power. He would take a drug dealer's car and write his name and said, "Your drug dealer paid for this." When he makes big arrests, he puts it out. He has community bullets. He has text messages. So like,
I'm on them text messages too.
And as notorious as he is, if Trump can get in, let him run for something. Now I'm not saying he's ready for governor or nothing, but if he wanted to run for mayor, there's
Victor
a lot
Hill?
of people. I ain't want to call his name, but yes.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You good. Listen, it's all good. I was gonna say it too anyway. But yeah,
if he ran, he'd be hard to beat because no matter how you feel about him, I guarantee for everyone that don't like him, you'll find one that say, well, at least he getting it done.
Right.
No,
They
everyone that don't like him, you'll find 4 that say we need him.
Yeah.
He getting it done, man. And he's so good with the people. You talk about Marion Barry, you can smoke a little crack. Victor Hill can steal a little money, you know. We know what he gonna do with it. He gonna get a big flag. He gonna do something with the drug dealer. He gonna give it back. But he's got this whole Robin Hood type of vibe going on. But my whole point being is that like those type of people who are making that kind of impact on people, because that's who votes. Unless you got one of them old Dominion machines and they vote for you. But people still vote. So those are the people that that if they run. Yeah, he has a few stories. I'm telling you, he can have something on Netflix, man. I wouldn't want to see no movie.
It's a murder involved. I don't know if he's involved.
A mini series. I don't want no movie. Don't give me no hour and a half. I need to see 7 episodes at least.
Listen, I know a story of some folks breaking into a church, vandalizing a church.
Okay.
And the pastor of the church said, I'm calling Hill. The people who broke into church turned themselves in.
And listen, I think I remember that story. If y'all think he lying, play with it.
Hey, they can write that. I know one episode. That they can go in depth about. It could probably be 2 or 3 episodes that lead up to it and the aftermath.
Yeah.
But when he shot old girl,
yeah.
That could be at least 2 or 3 episodes.
That's the episode right there. Now, how you do it?
That whole situation.
And your pimp is so strong
that
she was like,
news, I was like, what?
She got shot and was like, let's let it slide. People get shot every day. Why press charges? You never shot nobody? I'm alive, ain't it? Come on.
I mean, if anybody's ever watched Chicago PD and you know Hank Voight,
yeah.
The second episode is gonna be the Hilton because that got all kind of drama. I was in I had to pay a ticket. I had to pick up a car. I paid they towed it, man. And this lady just got out of jail, getting her car back. She had her airport ID, but she didn't have a license. And they took her down to the Hilton. She said she told me so many horror stories. This lady was visibly shaking, bro. It was listen. I ain't want to call his name.
This episode of Brothers of Legacy is just for entertainment purposes only. We have no problem or beef with Mr. Victor.
I don't want no problems.
Please don't share this to him.
The people sheriff. But that's my whole point.
I have no issues. I have no issues with a sheriff who looks like me that everybody respects.
Yes, sir. Because if he ran for the mayor of the city of Atlanta,
Oh,
depending
God.
on who he up against now.
Right.
I'm
Right.
telling you,
Right.
he not
He
ready for
probably would
governor.
get it.
But if he's doing something in that metro area, I'm
Right.
telling you now, he
Right.
he hard to
Sam,
beat.
Sam, don't start. He said he see all your face.
Vic, I don't want no trouble, Vic.
Oh man. All right then. So does voting matter? Yes, it does. It does. I mean, he's got elected a lot of times. So, there's people that love him. There's enough people that love him. He, or they vote because they know him. Like Cheryl said, that name recognition. Sometimes you like, I don't know who that. I know Victor. I've seen that man name before. We vote for names and listen. Ephraim said it best. Williams, Jackson, names that just flow off the tongue. Like, okay, he sounds like he'd be a great politician.
Yeah.
The name alone, he said on all levels.
Yeah, man. It's out with the people, man. I still feel like that's what it is. Like, and that's why I bring him up. He out with the people. He gonna put the sign in your yard himself. You know what I'm saying? His officers have his back. He connects
That's
with people.
because when he put the sign in your yard, he does it like this. He looking at you. And then he walked away.
And it better be there tomorrow too. So,
and then as he's walking away, he'd be like, "Remember to vote."
Yes, sir. Oh man, and people will like when you touch people. It makes a difference, man. And people can have a name to put with that sign because some of these people, I don't even know them until I see 2 commercials the day before we vote because that's all they can afford, and I'm not coming for them. But I'm just saying, just go back old school. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus blew up with no Instagram, no nothing. You can have your name buzzing, man. Get back out with the people. You know what I'm saying? However you affect them. But going off your name, like I know Herschel Walker, but I ain't seen no Herschel Walker, man. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be out there, and now I got to vote for you just because you black.
Right.
He got one of them names, but I don't know.
He probably been better off never saying anything, just not talking. If he never spoke, he'd probably get in.
But I'm telling you, man, that's why I say Trump changed the game. You can do a lot of dirt. You can talk funny now. You can be an outsider.
Right.
You just got to get the people behind you.
Right.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how that lady Marjorie Taylor Greene is still in office. Like, I mean, she is banned from certain areas of the Capitol.
Yeah,
like, you can't come on this
she
side.
Got kicked out of committees. I mean, she's like super reckless. Like at least some people, at least they slides her. She just in your face, just reckless.
With a camera and a microphone, she don't care. She don't care.
And that Capitol, that insurgent happened, but bro, I'm telling you, like, even when I start thinking about it, it still like make me shake my head, like almost like we was in some third world country, bro. They really tried to do a coup. They really tried to take over democracy, man, in America, bro. Like I never seen, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It still just make me shake my head every once in a while. That was some
man. When I saw it, I was just flat out like, they really. Well, I was cursing at the TV, but they really doing. They really doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, what the
I was just wondering why nobody got shot.
Yeah.
Well, no, that more people didn't get shot.
Yeah, because what was it? One person died. But,
that lady by the stairs died.
Come on, man. Now, if that was a lot of minorities, I don't even want to put a race on it. Just minorities.
Right.
But it would have been a massacre.
Wait, you see, look, they sound like they should have sent Vic out there.
Vic would have cleaned that square. That square would have been cleared out. Vic would have shot a lot of people that day. He would have gonna handle it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, once they started scaling walls and all that, most of that shot. You should have been shot. Like literally.
Real bullets, rubber bullets, something. I don't know.
Rubber bullets.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, indeed.
It's supposed to be the most protected real estate on the planet.
The world saw that was a lie.
Right? No, it's not a lie.
How so? They got up.
How did they get up there?
The president invited them.
Somebody had to stand down and let them in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talk about this stuff, but we don't like if it had been anybody else, they wouldn't have gotten that close.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You're right about that.
Yeah, they would have had a chance to get shot. Yeah, you're
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it is still the most protected real estate.
Right.
It's just that day they left it unprotected.
Yeah, totally stand down.
100%.
That's it.
100%. I agree.
That's it.
Yeah, you wouldn't think your own citizens would try to go like that. But yeah, I guess
Well,
you got
that's the question. Your own citizens. When you do something like that, are you an American citizen,
Right.
or are you
live here?
treasonous?
Right. Let's go.
No, I would go with
Because if
treasonous.
they
Let's
look
call it
like
what it
anything
is.
else,
Right. Let's call it what it is.
they'd be called something else.
Yep. Let's call it what it is. 'Cause
Dead.
That's the truth. It is
They
treason.
be called dead. Yeah.
It's 100% treason.
Yeah.
Richard said, "Were they bribed? No, they weren't bribed. They were with it. The people that let them in, they were with it. They wanted it to happen. They weren't bribed.
They were pawns. They were used. But the whole point is that they were willing to die. Them people got sent up there, and what happened happens. You know what I'm saying? But it was the fact that they're willing to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I've never
that's interesting.
seen the political party. That's what got me through these last couple of years. That they turned health and public health into a political thing with the mass, and that you can weaponize a whole party. I just never like to make me. I vote a certain party, but like I never picked up a gun for my party. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even think those two things could happen, man. Like
Right.
could
You
be
vote for a
public-
certain party, but I'm not going against my country.
for my party.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because at the end of the day, it's
That's a
the
game.
United States.
Yeah.
You have freedom of expression and all of that. You can be on one side and I can be on the other. But if what you're saying goes against U.S. policy, then I can't stand with you. The minute you start talking about anything that sounds remotely close to treason, or or insurrection, or terrorism, you're done.
Yeah.
And I mean that for any politician.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you operate on. If that's how you're talking, you don't deserve to be in office. And I don't know who said it. I think you asked it. E, how is someone like Green still? Oh, I think you said it, Kaneem. How is she still a politician? Well, she's still a politician because the foundation, the foundation of the system wants her there.
Yeah. Or her type.
So the question is, who's going against America? Really? Is it the people out here in the streets complaining, or is it the people up there in Washington, D.C. on the microphones? Because last time I checked, if Barack Obama had been standing on that podium,
man,
January
look here.
6th, and all
Look
those
here.
people went up there, Barack Obama would be in jail today.
The first president ever sent to jail. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Richard asks, who defines treason? The dictionary says, the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government.
January 6th.
Right.
Period.
That's what treason is. So,
And my thing and my comments about Barack Obama, it's like, whether you agree with the strategy, the vision, the plan is irrelevant. Whether you agree or like the skin color is irrelevant. The bottom line is, in America, if that had transpired and he was at the brunt, he was at the base of it, all those folks would be in jail. And he'd be in there with them.
Indeed.
Singing "We Shall Overcome."
Right. All right, guys. What did I want to bring up? Anything? Oh, that's it. Rollins brought up the what about the people that walked into the parties, dinner at the Capitol uninvited when they I guess checking the security folks. I think that happened was like a couple of years ago. I think during Obama's administration, someone had they had come into the dinner. They went to a few of them or something like that. They went to
Yeah.
a few,
And start posting pics.
right, and
Yeah.
posting pics. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, they didn't know who they were.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But they ended up getting a little flack behind that.
Yeah,
But
some
they
fines.
did. Yeah, they did, but they did get in there where the president was, and
Right.
nobody know who they was.
And
Right
they
next
was
to the
this
president.
close to getting away from it when they started posting on Facebook, because it was after the event. That's
Yeah.
what got flagged. You know what I'm saying? If they would have posted it
Reflection
like
for
the
the
day,
protection.
they'd have been all right.
Reflection for the protection. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you're registered to vote because voting does matter. So make
Does
sure
matter.
you're registered. In Georgia, early voting still going on. I think
May
Pennsylvania
20th.
may be over. Maybe
Yeah,
their
May
voting is
20th.
over. May 20th. So make sure you do that. If you haven't
Sir,
voted,
sir.
make sure you do so. I think if you missed it, you'll have another shot at another time, but don't waste this time, man. Make
Yeah.
sure you vote. At least get educated about some of the candidates. Some people, like I said, you won't know. If things are good, re-elect. If things
Yeah.
are not right, get them out. That's all there is to it.
Victor
If you're not
Hill,
liking what's
2024.
going on, change it. If your
Got my
sheriff
vote,
is,
baby.
if your sheriff is acting like a takeover dictator,
Shout out your sheriff, man.
Yeah.
time to
Stand
go.
tall, be proud.
That's my guy.
All right, what? Hey, 10 pounds.
10
pounds
pounds.
get it done around here. 10 pounds get it done around here.
Yes, sir.
With his deviant self.
Oh,
Victor Hill is a deviant.
that's my guy. He got my vote. He got my vote. Oh.
Oh.
All right, guys, we out of here. See you guys tomorrow, Thursday, and make sure you be safe. Know that we love you. God loves you more, and just do the right thing. First thing, go vote. Peace out.
As always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you guys for rocking, hanging, being with us. Sharing is caring.